Check this out, you guys. Look at how cute this bag is. Look at this strap. It does something super fun. Look at that. So I designed this bag last summer. I think I released this as a kit with Lion Brand in July of 23, and I just never got around to actually publishing the free pattern, the PDFs, and doing a video tutorial. But today that changes. So I have created an entire tutorial to show you how to make these super cute squares. Check these out. Oh gosh, there's an end. Let's pick a different one. Look at how cute they are. So what makes this bag really unique is that it has adjustable straps. How cool is that? So I like to have options when it comes to bags. Now, sometimes I might want to carry my bag like a purse. So here I can go and I could tie my straps short, and then look at that, right? Super cute. It's like a purse. And you've got this nice handle on the bag to hold, and it's great. Sometimes I've got my hands full with the boys and I want to wear something like a crossbody, and so it's super simple to just bring it around and then you can tie it to wherever you want. So if you want it up high, you could tie it here, or you can let it down a little bit with your straps and tie it wherever you want. You can adjust where you tie the bow on it, which is nice. Like right now, bows are totally on trend, which is fantastic because I'm like never on trend. So the fact that I have a little bit of something on trend is exciting. So you could tie the bow on it, you know, closer to where the straps start to make it really cute right here. Or, you know, you can always adjust it and tie it up on your shoulder if you'd like. You can kind of put it wherever you'd feel like it, and it's super cute, you know. And you could spin it around, right, if you get it tied where you want it, and then switch sides so that this way the bow is on your back. Oh gosh, I'm losing it. You know, you could bring it forward. I mean, it's just nice. Having the adjustable strap gives you so many options for how you're able to wear this bag. It's a really good size. I mean, look at it, it's huge. It's big. I mean, it goes to my elbow. So nice and deep. But let's stop talking about the bag and get into this tutorial. For today's tutorial, I am going to show you how it is that we make this beautiful granny square that I use to create this gorgeous tote bag. This bag is unique in that the strap is not connected, and you are able to tie it at any length that you would like, so that you could wear it long like a crossbody, you could wear it short like a purse, or anywhere in between. To make these granny squares, you will need a number 4mm crochet hook and 3 colors of any worsted weight yarn that you choose. For my sample, I used Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton. You will need 186 yards per color to create all of the granny squares that you need for this bag, along with the seams and the trimming. For my sample, the colors that I used are color A, which is jade, color B, which is ecru, and color C, which is coffee beans. For today's tutorial, I am going to be using ecru, beets, and camel. To start, what you will need to do is create a slip knot, insert your hook, and you are going to chain 4. You will then place 1 double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook, and chain 1. You are going to repeat that 6 more times, slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the starting chain, which is going to give you a total of 8 double crochet and chain 1 spaces. It is noted in the pattern that the chain 4 counts as a double crochet and chain 1, so when you count your 8, you have to make sure that you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to create my last chain 1, and I am going to slip stitch to this 3rd chain in the chain 4. That will complete round 1, and we are going to move on to round 2. Please make sure that as stated in the pattern notes, you recognize that there are no turns at the end of each round. So for round 2, we are going to chain 1, and we will single crochet in the first chain space. We will then create 7 double crochet in the next chain space. And then we are going to repeat that 2 more times. So I've repeated that 2 more times, so I have 3 of my shells. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to create another set of 7 double crochet in this final chain 1 space. And then you will slip stitch to the first single crochet that you created for this round. That completes round 2, and now what you will do is move on to row 3 and change over to your chosen color B. I should have noted in the beginning that you will need scissors to cut your yarn at the end of each round. We are now going to move on to round 3, which we will be using color B. You may change your colors any way that you choose to do. What I like to do is complete the round and then pull the new yarn in like this, and then I will pull the color that I'm no longer using tight, so that this way I have a loop on my hook. So for round 3, we start by chaining 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in this same stitch, we are going to double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This begins the repeat within the row. So chain 5, skip the 7 double crochet, and in this single crochet we are going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and that is creating the corner for our next round. Gosh. We are going to repeat that again, chain 5, skip the 7 double crochet, and place our corner stitches in the single crochet again. Now to finish off this round, what we need to do, we will chain 2, and then we are going to double crochet, which is going to count as a chain 3, into the 3rd chain of chain 4. Okay, do you see that? So this is counting these 2 chains, and this double crochet counts as the 5 chains that we placed around the other sides of our square. So in this round you will have 16 double crochet, 4 chain 5 spaces, 4 chain 3 spaces, and 8 chain 1 spaces. For round 4, what we will do is chain 2 and place 2 half double crochet around the joining double crochet. 2 half double crochet in the next chain 1 space, two half double crochet, chain 3, 2 half double crochet in the chain 3 space to create our corner, two half double crochet in the next chain 1 space, 2 half double crochet in the chain 5 loop. And then what you have to do is you need to work 1 half double crochet over the chain 5 and into the center double crochet of the 7 double crochet cluster. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to work over this chain 5, come down into the center double crochet, and you're going to have to come back around behind your work to grab your yarn so that this way you're working it around the chain 5, and then complete your half double crochet as you normally would. Place 2 half double crochet again around the chain 5, and then you are going to repeat that 2 more times. So 2 half double crochet in the chain 1, and then 2 half double crochet, chain 3, 2 half double crochet in the chain 3, oops, 2 half double crochet in the next chain 1, and then you are going to place your 2 half double crochet and then half double crochet in the center of the 7 double crochet shell, and then 2 half double crochet again. You will then repeat that until you come back to the last side. So I've just completed my final corner, and what you will have to do when you reach this last side is you are going to place 2 half double crochet in the chain 2 space, and then work 1 half double crochet over the chain 2 space and into the center double crochet of the shell. Complete your half double crochet, and then you are going to slip stitch to the chain 2. What are you doing under there? Sorry if you can hear that. I shouldn't say baby, I guess he's not really a baby anymore. He's what, about 18 months? Is playing under my desk with one of my bins of yarn. Okay, so when you complete round 4, you are going to have a total of 13 half double crochet stitches on each side. For round 5, we are going to chain 1, and starting in the next half double crochet, not the join stitch, you need to place a single crochet and then chain 1 and skip 1, and then single crochet in the next stitch, and do that 2 before the first corner. So you have to make sure that you put that final chain 1 here, right? So that's just before the first corner. And then what you need to do is you are going to place 2 single crochet, 2 single crochet in the corner, chain 3, and then place another 2 single crochet in the corner. Chain 1, skip the first half double crochet, and then you're going to repeat that around. So you're creating like a little moss stitch section around this side of the square. And when you get back to your corner, you are going to place your 2 single crochet, chain 3, 2 single crochet, and that's going to complete that side. You will have a total of 7 chain 1 spaces on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to repeat that on your remaining 2 sides. Oh, bless you. So here I am coming to my last side, which has the partial section of single crochets and chain 1s, and I am going to repeat that here until I reach my first single crochet, which is where we will slip stitch to join. So you will end with a chain 1, and that's you're gonna make sure that you have your 7 chain 1 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to count as 7 slip stitch to that first single crochet, and that will complete round 5. Now what we need to do is cut, and we are going to switch back to color A. Okay, so we cut our yarn, and what I'm going to do here is finish off, because we need to start round 6 in a different spot on our square. So what we need to do for round 6 is attach our yarn in the 3rd chain 1 space from the left corner with the right sides facing. So you could start that wherever you would like. I prefer to not start on the side that I finished off on, so I'm going to turn, and I am going to, from the left corner, count over 1, 2, 3, and that is where I am going to reattach my yarn. So I'm inserting my hook into that 3rd chain 1 space in the left corner, yarning over, and I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to yarn over and secure my yarn. Okay, so you can, depending on how you attach, count that as your chain 1, or I am going to actually create another chain 1 so that this way I can, oh, where's my tail? Pull this nice and tight and use that to weave in, so that this way this chain 1 is here and it's not getting pulled too tightly that I can't use it when I come back around. So I have attached my yarn, that's my chain 1, and then I am going to single crochet in this same stitch, chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet in the next stitch, and do that until I reach my corner. So I've reached my corner. I'm going to chain 1, and I am going to skip the 2 single crochet. So you're skipping these 2 single crochet with only 1 chain 1. Okay, so you're not making 2 chain 1s here, you're only making 1, but you're skipping both of these single crochet stitches. You're then going to begin the repeat for this round, which is to place 2 single crochet in this chain 3, chain 2, and then place another 2 single crochet. You will then chain 1, skip these 2 single crochet, and then single crochet in this first chain 1 space, and then repeat across your chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the chain 1 spaces until you reach your corner. 2 single crochet, chain 2, not chain 3 like the other rounds, chain 2, and 2 single crochet in each corner. You're going to repeat that all the way around until you reach your final side. Okay, so I've just completed my last corner, and I'm going to continue chaining 1, skipping these 2 single crochet, placing a single crochet in the chain 1, skip 1, and do that until I reach the beginning of round 6, where I am going to slip stitch to my chain 1 to finish off. So on round 6, you are going to finish off by having 8 total chain 1 spaces on each side to place your single crochets in the next round. So for round 7, we are going to be coming in and using color C, and just like in round 6, we are going to be attaching in the 3rd chain 1 space from the left corner with the right sides facing. So I'm going to turn my square again. So if you could see here, this is where I finished off on round 5, and now here is where I'm finishing off on round 6. So I'm turning again, and I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, insert my hook into that 3rd chain from the left on a different side, grab my yarn, pull it through. I'm going to yarn over to create a loop. And now what I'm going to do is chain 1, and just like the last round, we are going to be doing a round of moss stitch. So single crochet in this first chain 1 that we've attached in, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, and then again we are going to chain 1, and we will skip these 2 single crochet, and in this corner what we will be doing is placing 3 single crochet, so no chain spaces in this corner. So 3 single crochet, and then we are coming back to work across this side of our square. We will chain 1, skip these 2 single crochet in the next chain 1, and then chain 1, skip 1, and repeat that all the way around our square. I am coming back to my corner. I'm going to skip these 2 single crochet with the 1 chain 1, and then I'm going to place my 3 single crochet in the chain 2 from the previous round. Repeat that until you come back to the beginning. I just created my last chain 1, and I am going to slip stitch to the beginning of my round in the chain 1 that I created. So when we complete round 7, we are going to again cut our yarn, because on round 8 we need to switch back to color A. So I am going to pull my yarn all the way through, make sure that's nice and tight. This is what your square will look like with all of your color changes when you complete round 7. On round 7, you are going to have a total of 9 chain 1 spaces on each side to work for your next round. Switching back to color A for round 8, we are going to do the same that we have done on the last few rounds, where we are going to attach in the 3rd chain space from the left. So I am going to turn again, so I'm not working on the side where I just finished off. Count over 1, 2, 3, insert my hook, grab my next color, pull up a loop, yarn over to secure it, pull this nice and tight, and then I'm going to create a chain 1. Oop, my yarn loosened up a little bit. Okay, so that is my chain 1, and now we are beginning round 8. So the same that we have been doing for our other rounds, we are going to single crochet in this first chain 1 space that we attached our yarn into, chain 1, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet into the next chain 1 space. And now this is where it will change a little bit, because in these corners we created 3 single crochet and we did not create a chain space in these corners. So this is slightly different on round 8. So here we are at the corner of round 8, and what we need to do here is we've placed our final single crochet in this chain 1. We are going to create another chain 1, and then in this 3 single crochet corner in the center of it, so the 2nd single crochet, we are going to insert our hook, and we are going to place 3 single crochet. Skip this next single crochet, chain 1, and then we are going to continue our way across, creating single crochets in each of the 9 chain 1 spaces that we have in the previous round. So again, it's your chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, as we've been doing on the other rounds. Work that until you reach your final chain 1, place your final single crochet, chain 1, skip the first single crochet, and in that center single crochet on the corner, place another 3 single crochet. See that? Chain 1 and continue back across the next side with your single crochet, chain 1, skip 1. So I just completed my last corner, and I am creating the last of my single crochets and chain 1s, coming to the end of round 8, which is the completion of this square. Super exciting, you guys. Oh, I love this square so much. It's so pretty. I've used this square or a variation of it on a few different projects at this point. I have more plans for it. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. And this color combo is great, isn't it? Oh gosh, I wish this, I think this is showing up accurate on camera, this beets color. It's a little bit darker than what it actually is, but it is gorgeous. Gosh. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, this is the end of round 8. So you create your last chain 1 and you slip stitch to the beginning of the round. I'm going to cut and pull this yarn through, and what I will do now is I'm not going to create another square. I'm going to take this and fold this over like this, and I will show you how we seam our sides together using these 2 sizes of the square, and I'll make a little bit of a tube. But before I do that, I just want to show you within the pattern and within the blog post that has the free pattern, the assembly instructions are all written out nice and
detailed for you, but there's also the layout for how you're going to be laying out all of your squares, so that this way you understand where it is that you're supposed to be seeing. These lines that are here are explained in detail in the assembly instructions along with the strap instructions. So make sure you reference the written pattern either with a PDF that you've purchased to make things easy for you if you want to print, or using the blog post that I have linked below in the description to understand exactly what it is that we are doing here. But for the purpose of today's tutorial, I am just going to show you how it is that we actually create a seam so that you can follow along here more easily. All right, so to join all of my squares, what I used is called a flat zipper seam. So can you see that? It looks like a flat slip stitch. If you've ever done surface slip stitch on a project, you're essentially doing the same thing, but there's a little bit of a trick to how you pick up the stitches to combine, or well, rather connect the two squares. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take my square and I'm just going to flip it over so that this way I can fold these two sides in like this to get my edges together. So just imagine you have all of your squares done, you lay them out like that photo that I just shared with you, and you are going to begin seaming in this way. So in the pattern, you're being told to use color C, which is this beets color here. For me, it's quite dark. I am going to use ecru, which is color B for me in the repeat. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is going to be a lot easier for you to see on camera than if I was to use the beets. So I've got my two edges folded into each other. All right, so you create a flat zipper seam with your right sides up facing you, which is why I have this folded this way. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your stitches are aligned properly. And then you're going to insert your hook. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit more for you. You're going to insert your hook in one of the loops. So these loops, we'll call these are like your loops farthest from your seam. And then these loops inside are closest to your seam. Okay, so the ones that are touching, if that's an easy way to make it so you can understand it. So you're going to insert your hook into one of those inside loops, and then you're going to insert it on the other side in that corresponding stitch, okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our yarn, place it over our hook, and we are going to pull it through both of those loops. Now you're going to have to kind of like twist your hook around a little bit because you're taking a loop from each side, so they wrap over the hook differently. And now you have your one loop on your hook. Keep your tail in the back and your working yarn also in the back. You're gonna be working from underneath your squares, so you're gonna need to keep this down because otherwise it's gonna end up somewhere on the top of your work. So now what you're going to do is you have this one loop and you're gonna come back on the side that you started on. For me, it's the right side. Insert your hook into the next loop, insert your hook on the other side into the next loop that corresponds with the one that you just picked up. So you're moving up one stitch each time. Take your yarn, make sure you don't grab your tails. Take your working yarn over and pull it through the two loops that you picked up on your stitch, and then pull it through the loop that you created on your hook. So now you're back to one loop on your hook. Come back over to the side that you started on the right, insert your hook into the next loop, come to the left, insert your hook into the next loop, get your working yarn over, pull through those two loops that you picked up on your squares, pull through the loop that you created on your hook, and now you have another one. Let me see if I can bring this down more. Okay, so let's do that again. Right side, pick up a loop. Left side, pick up a loop. Grab your working yarn over, pull through those two loops on each side of your square, pull over the last loop that you created. And then you're going to keep doing that, repeating right to left, picking up each corresponding stitch or loop from that stitch on each side, pull your working yarn over your hook and bring it through those loops, bring it through the loop that you create, and you're going to keep doing that. Right, left, yarn over, pull through all of those 3 different types of loops on your hook, right, left, yarn over, pull through everything, right, left, yarn over, pull through everything. And if you could see, if you watch, see how I'm having to twist my hook back and forth, right? So I'm yarning over and I'm pulling through this first one, and then I've got to twist it and twist it, because otherwise you might catch on different parts in your square or drop your working yarn. Because if I try, let me show you. I'm going to try to not spin my hook. See, oh gosh, I'm catching. Okay, I'm going to try to not spin my hook. I'm going to yarn it over. See, it tries to like catch, and then that can mess up your tension. So I find it easier if you roll your hook back and forth as you do it. So that this way you keep your tension. Ugh, tension got a little screwy. But that's going to give you that beautiful flat zipper seam. See how nice you could see it using the accrue? I love this method of joining. This is my absolute favorite way to join things. It gives you a nice flat seam. It's decorative, so it's visually pleasing. It's super easy to be able to keep your tension with this and match whatever it is that you made. You don't have to worry about pulling it too tight or too loose, and then ending up with like holes in your seam, and it stretches like the rest of the material that you created. So this is my favorite method. This is my go-to method. Whenever I can use this, this is what I use. It's so simple, it's so easy, and it looks great. Check it out on this entire bag. It just looks so good. It's nice and simple. And now what's going to be slightly tricky is when you get to these corners. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to create a nice long flat zipper seam this way, and then when you have to come this way, you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to, in the corners, pick up loops that you already worked to complete your flat zipper seam, and that's going to bring your corners in nice. So if you see, like, those corners look great, right? Like there's no gaping holes or anything that's getting pulled funny. The corners just, they look really good. So, and the reason for that is because I am reusing stitches in the corners so that this way it's all meshed together nicely. Okay. All right, so now what I want to do is I just want to give you a little bit of a close-up with how it is that you are going to create these straps and finish off this bag. So once you have all of your squares together, you will have the body of the bag. It's going to look like this, and none of this trimming will be here. So what I tell you to do is in step number 6, you are going to use color C, which in this bag is coffee beans. On my square here, it was beets. So whatever it is that you're using, you're going to use your color C because that's where you're going to have the right amount of yardage left to do your trimming with. Using color C, what you need to do is reattach your yarn in any of the chain 1 spaces around the opening of the bag. So all these squares that you have around the opening portion like this, oh, look, see, still didn't weave in all my ends. Any of these squares, you are going to pick one, whichever one you want, and just attach in a chain 1 space. Then what you are going to do is with your right sides facing, you will work 2 single crochet. Can you see those? You will work 2 single crochet in each chain 1 space and 1 single crochet in each join, okay? So 2 in your single crochet, 1 in your join stitches. You're gonna work that all the way around, and when you reach one of these top corners, so on each of these sides, what you're going to do is in your corner stitch, you will have to place 3 single crochets, okay? So I call that the tallest point of the bag right here. So that's where you're going to be placing your 3 single crochet. And then you would come back down, and whenever you reach the points on the bag, so on the front and the back where you have 3 squares touching, you are going to do a 3 single crochet together. So you have to do a decrease in each of these low points on the bag, and you have to do an increase on each of the high points of the bag. And that's going to make sure that you have enough stitches here so that you can attach your straps and that this lays nice and flat also and doesn't pucker up. Once you have created now your trim around the opening of the bag, you are going to cut your yarn and finish off, and then you are going to move on to the instructions for the straps. So Step number 10 in the assembly will tell you to find the center single crochet and place a stitch marker. So you're going to find your center single crochet in this area, place a stitch marker, and then you're going to count back 5 stitches. That's going to be the stitch that you will reattach your yarn, and then you are going to continue with the row instructions below. So row 1 is going to tell you to single crochet 11, and then you're going to have to turn. Row 2, you're going to do single crochet 2 together, do 7 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together, and you're going to continue on with some decreases in the strap. Right here you can see where it tapers up, so that's how you get that taper. And then once you hit row 6, you will get your final stitch count right here, which is going to be 5 stitches, and then you're going to do 116 rows of just plain old single crochet, nice and easy to make these super long straps. Now, this is part of the bag that is very easy for you to customize. I have my straps really, really long so that this way, if I want to, I can tie it up here and wear it long like a crossbody. If you don't like crossbodies, you can stop these straps, I mean, way shorter than that. So if you wanted it to be more of a purse, you could stop them quite a bit lower and tie here if you wanted to. You could also, you know, just do a little bit, and if you want, you could create a seam right here so that you don't have the tie strap. I think the tie strap is super cute. I mean, just look at how, I mean, it's adorable, isn't it? And you know what's really great about this is bows are totally in this season. So as a purse, right, you could tie it low like a purse, and you have this really cute bow strap, right, that you can hold on to. Or you could tie it just on one side right here, right? I mean, how cute is this? Oh gosh, maybe I have to do some new pictures with it like this since bows are totally in this year. Right, so if you tie it low on one side, you can hold it here and you have this super cute bow. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Anyways, guys, that's gonna finish up today's video. I hope that I made it very clear of how it is that you make these squares. They are so much more simple than they look. They're beautiful. Keep your eyes peeled because I have more plans to use these squares and playing around with more colors and more yarns and different ways to use this beautiful motif. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and following along with today's tutorial on how to create this super cute modern granny square for this beautiful bag that I absolutely love. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that this way you never miss any of my free patterns, video tutorials, or yarn reviews.